Om Shanti and welcome everyone for this. Om Shanti and welcome everyone for this last event of our series on mastering our feelings and emotions. Like every time, today also we have a very special guest singer with us to start this session. Her name is Elizabeth Padilla. She is a meditation teacher and also a practitioner with over 35 years of experience with Raja Yoga. She lives at Anubhuti, where she manages many different programs and retreats. For those who don't know about Anubhuti, Anubhuti is a very beautiful retreat place in San Francisco. So she lives there and she manages programs and retreats there. She also leads the Brahma Kumaris Environmental Initiative in the US. Sister Elizabeth has graced dozens of Bay Area interfaith programs as a performer, teacher, and activist. She has held staff positions at the San Francisco Interfaith Council and served on the board of the Marine Interfaith Council. She is a gifted actor and singer trained at the American Conservatory Theater. And I can tell you from my experience, I have listened to her so many times, and she is truly, truly a beautiful singer. She touches hearts and souls through her work as well. So very, very warm welcome to Sister Elizabeth.
Thank you so much. That was very kind introduction. I would say that I really attribute the skill of singing to the divine, to God. I would always be so nervous and it would be such a stressful experience, but to sing for you all today and to sing in spiritual gatherings is such an honor. I can't tell you. So I'm happy to sing a lovely song about divine love, family love, spiritual love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. Oops, it started over. Sorry. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I think I've lost my way, Then I go inside and quiet my mind. I can hear the divine spirit say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. Only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Divine love. Family love. Only love. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, sister, for bringing such beautiful, lovely energy here in this gathering through your sweet voice. And I can truly feel that flow of energy of love coming to this gathering. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. And now is the time for all of us to welcome our guest speaker for today, Dr. Girish Patel. He is an international award-winning psychotherapist and international trainer who is currently practicing in Mumbai. After completing his medical school in Mumbai, he did a special training in psychiatry and PhD in psychotherapy. He has written quite a few books, some of which has been translated in foreign languages. He is a well-known speaker in many talk shows, which are broadcasted in various TV channels in India. And personally, I have met Dr. Girish when I was in my medical school back in India. And I was really touched not only by his profound, insightful meditation talk that he gave at that time, but also I have found him to be very humble, easygoing, and down-to-earth personality. And we are very fortunate to have him today with us. So let's together welcome our guest speaker for today, Dr. Girish Patel. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, good evening, all of you. Here in India, it's good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Here, Kanishka, you doing other part of the introduction?
Yeah, and also we have, along with Dr. Girish Patel, we have Dr. Shwetank Agarwal. He will be in conversation with Dr. Girish Patel. Dr. Shwetank Agarwal, he is a cardiac anesthesiologist. He's practicing in US. He has also been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for the past 20 years. So he will be in conversation with Dr. Girish Patel today.
Thank you, Dr. Kanishta, for introducing both of us. It is indeed an honor today to be spending some time with Brother Dr. Girish Paisab. Truly, I know this conversation is going to be very meaningful today. We have had quite a bit of journey together as we explore different values and virtues on our journey through the mastering our feelings and emotions. And today we have Dr. Girish with us. So thank you, Dr. Girish, for taking time out to be with us. So let's start. So Dr. Girish, you have a lifetime of work in the field of psychology, psychiatry, psychotherapy. And so we would love to know from you how important and how relevant you feel this topic of mastering our feelings and emotions is in the present times.
In fact, the whole life are attitude and emotions are everything, because like your emotions go deep in your subconscious, and then every cell of your body reacts to it. In simple language, although in psychology there is conscious, subconscious, unconscious, also supraconscious even, but for a layman it's conscious and subconscious. Subconscious is very powerful. Like once that program goes inside, you go in an automatic mode. So that's why emotions are very, very important. Negative emotions can disturb you. Positive emotions can elevate you. Your emotions can, in fact, the effects, like negative as well as the positive effects. It said emotion is E plus motion. It is energy in motion. So actually emotions are packets of energy, powerful energy, in fact. And that's why we have to master our emotions. In fact, for some, when mastering emotions might seem a little heavy, what I would call is channelizing the emotions, which is very easy. To channelize emotions is not that difficult. Right? Okay.
Dr. Girish, what we have done is we have stopped the video for a moment because somehow your voice was not clear. Yeah, because your voice was breaking quite a bit. So hopefully it gets better. Yeah, it looks like because the weather is not very good in India, we are having some bad
weather. It's raining.
Yeah, it's raining heavily. It's raining, we came to know. So thank you.
It's not thank you.
So
please go ahead.
Yes, so I was wondering, is there even a difference between thoughts and our feelings and our emotions, or they are pretty much the same thing?
Mm-hmm. No, huge difference, in fact. Like, thoughts, if we say about the level, thoughts have a less energy, feelings have a more energy, emotions are most powerful. I want to describe in a different way, thoughts are mechanical, feelings are electrical, and emotions are magnetic. From this, everybody can understand how powerful are emotions. Even thoughts have a power, but that power is much less. In between is feelings, and emotions are much more. And even though emotions takes away your energy. Positive emotions can give you energy. Negative emotions will take away your energy. And that's why channelizing emotions or mastering emotions are most important. Yeah, yes, Vitanga.
Yes. So that's interesting. I've never heard this before. This is awesome that our thoughts are mechanical energy, our feelings are electrical energy, and emotions are magnetic energy. And you said that's awesome. And so, in other words, power, the maximum power lies in emotions, our emotions, right?
True,
As
true,
compared
true.
to thoughts and
Yeah,
feelings.
perfect. Yeah.
So, so Dr. Girish Bhai Sahab, I was wondering, how powerful can emotions really be?
Yeah, let me share with some examples. Hensel, who is supposed to be the founding father of stress research, who did the pioneering work, he says, like, emotions can create any type of disease. It can cause even heart disease, cancer, thyroid, many sorts of diseases if it is negative. If your emotions are positive, it will have a tremendous positive effect. Let me share a real life story, in fact. A lady in London, she had a paralytic attack and she was in hospital for almost a couple of months. She was not improving. Doctor said that we don't know, we have tried everything possible, but she's not improving. We don't know, any day she might die. One day, her friend came to see her. So as she was discussing, she's on the way just casually said that I'm sure that my husband loves me, but he has never expressed it properly. Her friend went and told her husband as well. So he became so emotional. He couldn't leave whole night. He went on thinking that it's my huge mistake. I love her so much that probably I won't be able to live without her. But it's my mistake that I have never expressed it. Next day when he went to the hospital, he had tears in his eyes. And he said, what you told your friend is absolutely right. I love you so much that I won't be able to live without you. But it's from my side, I'm such an introvert person, or I don't share my emotions properly. So that's why it's my mistake that I have never told you. Believe me, within half an hour, she started improving. Within 5 hours, she was walking in the hospital. Within 4 days, she was discharged from the hospital. So positive emotion can have such wonderful effect. Even though negative emotion can cause many diseases. Right? Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Girish. That was really helpful. Now we know for sure how positive emotions can help us and negative emotions can destroy us. And so now probably is a good time for us to move on to what we were going to discuss today. The topic was about forgiveness, the ultimate healer. And so we were wanting to know from you was that how can we explain forgiveness from a psychology point of view? We've heard this word forgiveness quite a bit, but if you could take us into the psychology of forgiveness.
Correct. Psychologically, though, it's probably quite different. When we say forgiveness, as I said earlier, it seems very heavy. Actually, what is necessary from psychological perspective, what is necessary, any event, if it is repeated over and over and over again, then that has harmful effect. If we can break the vicious circle, then we can come out of the negative effect. Or you are trapped in that negative energy. if you want to release the negative energy, you have to stop the repetition. So that's why, if we see from psychological perspective, forgiveness is to transcend your anger, hatred, revenge, those feelings which are associated. If you can rise above it, or maybe we can even say, no, let go, although it's a little difficult, but somehow, if we can break that vicious circle and be in tune with yourself and whatever has happened to you, then from psychological perspective, that is forgiveness.
Yeah, but
Right? Yeah.
yeah, so Bhai Sahab, there is still a lot of confusion in people's minds. What what forgiveness is not. You know, sometimes they feel that forgiveness means that we should condone the person, that we should, not pursue any legal charges, or sometimes they even feel
Yes.
as if it could probably be trusting the offender. Yeah, things like these. You know, there are many different misconceptions about forgiving. So could you also share what forgiveness is not?
Yeah, excellent question. First of all, we tell everybody, like, no, in our practice even, every day we come across cases where people who came to us, or they are suffering psychologically from the state of not forgiving. So very first our statement is, it's not okay. Sometimes people say it's okay. Even when you tell somebody that, no, please, no, what, I please, he will say it's okay, but it's not okay. Something bad has happened. You are hurt, or maybe something much more serious as well. So first point is, never say it's okay. And there is a psychological fact, what you suppress, express. Don't try to suppress. When saying that, no, it's okay, nothing has happened, then no, you are trying to suppress, and then it will come out with double the force. So that's why very first point is, it's not okay. There was something bad happened. And as I said, even though legally there is nothing wrong, if you can take some legal steps, but in almost over maybe 95% of cases, you can't do anything legally. They are minor things or whatever. So then it's better that we come out of it. That another person is okay. He may not even accept. You have to come out of that negative trap. And that's why this is first point. Then secondly, that I need to do something, certain aspects, so that I totally free myself, maybe the physical effects which are there on my body, even the emotional effects which are there, mentally what I'm suffering, my happiness, peace which is lost, to do something, that would be the real process. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes. Bhai Sahab, I just want to say that it is still a little choppy.
Yeah,
we are able to hear a little bit.
Please.
Yeah, I don't know if others are.
Yeah, we are trying.
Okay.
No, we are trying.
So no, we so much appreciate. I know despite the bad weather there, you are here with all of us.
True.
We so much appreciate it. Yeah, taking us through what is healing with the help of forgiveness. I know we will all heal together with all that you have to share with us. Yeah, I know it is not clear. Yeah, please bear with us, all of you. Yeah, it's bad weather, quite a bit of bad weather back in India right now.
Loudly, it's okay.
Yes. Yeah, it just breaks.
If a little louder, it's good.
No, it's not about the sound. Yeah, the loudness. It is about
it's very heavy range.
Yes. Anyways, so yeah, Dr. Girish, I was wondering, a lot of people have this question: why is it even important to forgive? Why this topic itself? Yeah? And what happens if I decide not to forgive? Is there an ill effect to it? Is there a problem to it? Yeah, so why should we even forgive?
Yeah. No, there is no large number of effects. Although I have shared a little bit that how it can cause several diseases, or it can even heal you. Even to summarize, first of all, why to forgive? Because it takes away your peace of mind, your happiness in the state of not forgiving. Secondly, even though you are immobilized, you are not able to do things with full efficiency. That physical effect is also there. Let me share, this is a real story. Many must have heard about late Dr. Wayne Dyer, who has written so many good books. He was also a psychotherapist. He exactly says in 1970, he has never seen his father. When he was hardly 1 year old, he doesn't have any memory. His father left the home and he had all the negative memories. Mom said all negative things. And when he was grown up, when he studied psychology, he thought that something should be done. So he had some news that he lived somewhere in a particular village. So once for a lecture tour, he was traveling. So he found out. When he went there, he found that father is no more. He passed away. So there were 2 graveyards. So he contacted them even. And then he found that he got positive news. So he went there and he said that almost for a couple of hours I was weeping. First thing he asked that, Dad, please tell me your part of the story. I have always heard mom's part of the story, that you alcoholic, this, that, and all. He said that when I released all the emotions, first of all, that huge burden was lifted. And another powerful effect he's sharing is after that, I became very creative. He said after that, in 14 days, he wrote that book, Your Erroneous Zones, where millions of copies are sold in so many languages. It was perhaps my second book which I read. I was hardly in 10th standard. So like that, once you forgive, you also become very creative. These are so many benefits. Okay? Right.
Yes, yeah, thank you. And the creativity aspect was very interesting. And I also
apart from many happiness, creativity, your efficiency, your relationship improves.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like in that state, it always reflects, and not only that, any relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your colleagues, because the subconscious is reacting in that negative way. Right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And I also like the aspect that you were saying that there are multiple perspective to the whole thing. There are multiple stories to the story. We get stuck with our perspective of seeing the other person as the villain, but there could be more to the whole thing. Right. Thank you, Dr. Girish Paisa. Yeah. And there's one question that has come up in the chat box, and it is kind of relevant at this point. So if it's okay, I can ask that question, Dr. Girish Paisa.
Yeah, you can.
So here this question is, when we forgive people in life, often people take advantage of our kindness and take
Very
us
true.
for granted. How do we define forgiveness in this case, and what should we do?
Very, very, very true. So as I said, first of all, it's not okay. Even that can be expressed, that you hurt my feeling in this particular way. I did, but only how you express this. Sometimes you be, so you did this, you are wrong, you are cheater, this, that. No, I will never forgive you or whatever. Then that is negative. But objectively, if person is alive, sometimes they are no more. If we tell them that what you did was this thing were wrong, and I was hurt in this particular way, and still maybe if you want to express, you need not even sometimes, because it's an internal process. You need not tell that person that I am forgiving you. It is within you. You are working with yourself, with not another. If you want to tell, you tell also. There is another process. What we can do is, it is said that write a letter rather than email. You actually, you can type, but actually write a letter that what you did was wrong, this thing, this is how I felt, something like that. Now, no, because I want to be free, whatever. And put it in a Dropbox. If person receives also, it's nothing. No, don't worry. Now ball is in their court. At least you are free, and do it objectively. So that again, you are not hurting somebody else. So this writing also is a good way. And suppose at times they are family members, nearby colleagues. And in a week, 2-3 times it might happen. So maybe you forgive, but tell them that it is not acceptable. This particular behavior is not acceptable. No, it's assertive behavior, what we say. In a spectrum of behavior, in one is suppression, which is very bad. Another aspect is expressing with anger, hostility, is also bad. The best is the middle path. And the middle path is assertive behavior. So assertive behavior is expressing with stability. With peace, stability, you are expressing your
We lost you. Dr. Girish, we lost you completely. Yeah. No, Dr. Girish, we're not able to hear you at all.
Okay.
One of the things that we can do is to stop the video. So I'll stop the video. That will probably help. So yes, we agree with you. And so we will, I think he has gotten disconnected completely, but so far I'm sure you have learned a lot.
No, but now it's not.
Yes. Oh yes, it's
He's
wonderful.
back.
Now,
He's back now.
Okay, good. Okay, sure,
Yes.
sure. Okay, please. So, but last part was not audible?
No, the last part was not. Last 2-3 sentences.
How 2-3 sentences, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so the whole point was assertive behavior. Don't suppress, don't become angry, but express with stability, with peace of mind. Then only you get a best result. Otherwise, if you suppress, you are harmed. If you express, you are also harmed. Another person is also harmed. So that's why assertive behavior is the best way.
Yeah,
Right?
but
Okay,
but Dr. Girish, it is not very easy many times to create that assertive behavior. It's a learned behavior. It takes time to learn how to not, and then at the same time, it still feels very difficult to forgive for most people.
But if you understand, assertive behavior is not that difficult. Although entirely different topic, sometime we can discuss how to become assertive. But still, once you learn, once you understand what is assertive behavior, develop a little bit of courage, little confidence, and if you practice, then assertive behavior is not that difficult.
Okay.
Different type of people like this, passive. There are aggressive as well as the passive aggressive who would show aggression without saying something, which is also harmful.
Right. But still, it is.
First thing is understanding assertive behavior. We need to understand, although it's not topic right now.
Right.
Once you understand properly, and then in different scenario, practice. Maybe practice mentally. Even brain will get that message, and then in actual action also practice it, and you will be able to master assertive behavior.
Right. Right.
Right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. But,
Thanks.
going back to forgiveness, we appreciate what you have shared, but, still for most people, it seems like a humongous task, like just a gigantic task, how do we even get to forgiveness? So I was wondering if you could say more on that.
True. We have developed a whole process. And in that process, there is 3 steps. We call it AMD technique. A stands for accept. First of all, accept that something bad has happened. Once you accept also, 50% of that negative effect is gone. Although it's difficult, but still, no, unless you accept, you can't move ahead. Then second part is most important, where we need to work, is to give meaning. Whatever happens to life, it's nothing good or bad. The meaning which you give makes it so. So we need to give right meaning to that event. And most of the times, like large number of cases we have studied, in that we have seen that it is none of your fault. It is none of your mistake. It happened accidentally. Like suppose, if you are driving and if you meet with accident, it was none of your fault. So that part when you understand, then also lot of meaning differs. Let me give entirely different, it is a little different example, but then also our viewers or participants will get the clarity. Dr. Ashok Mehta, who is a world-renowned head and neck oncologist, oncosurgeon in fact. Once he was walking in a garden, and in that garden there is a walking track as well as a cycling track. So a child was cycling. All of a sudden he missed, came and hit him. He fell down. That boy only said, "Sorry, uncle," and went away. But he had pain, and when he went to the hospital, it was a hip fracture. Very same day I had met him. Now the wonder part of it, it was a huge, anybody, even when I thought of myself, I felt there would have been real stress. But here was a person who accepted that this is what has happened. Now my whole hip replacement is necessary. When I met him, you know what he was doing? He was counting that how many days or a month it will take so that once again I will start operating. And indeed, he underwent the whole operation, and within maybe a couple of months, even he started operating. So this is the way, the meaning, like it happened accidentally. It's not a meaning, but accepting that it happened accidentally. Now, giving meaning is also very, very important. There can be varieties of things. Sometimes person is already psychologically affected. It may not be a serious psychological problem, but there are so many personality problems. They may be small problems. There are people who are nervous, who need attention. I will just give you an example which happened a couple of days before. It's always there because in India it's a joint family. The daughter-in-law and mother-in-law. Almost for hours she was sharing what happened. And in the whole process, what I gathered was her mother-in-law only wanted attention. For getting attention, she used to do a lot of things which would hurt daughter-in-law. So when I explained her, within 10 minutes, there was a change. I explained her that, look, here is a person who needs attention. And even she said, yes, yes, even I feel so. She must have suffered, even though she at times shared her childhood story. So because of her suffering in childhood, now she wanted, and she was even insecure that if I don't find fault of daughter-in-law, I will lose my son. My son will get more attached to wife and then I will lose him. So with that neurotic behavior, she would constantly behave in such a way that it would hurt daughter-in-law. So once she got the meaning, it was very easy. Likewise, lots of meanings can be, it's a whole process of therapeutic thing where they can get the right meaning. And once they get the right meaning, then the third step is drop. You need not forgive, I say. Nirbhaya's case, which became so famous in India, her mother fought the battle for more than 8 years. It was the gang rape case was there. So she even said, I can never forgive. I said, it's perfect. She can never forgive. But once they were punished, even it used to come in TV every day. There was a whole scene, even though she bought her daughter's picture. And in front of camera, she said, my dear, now you got the justice. So it's perfect. That release was necessary. But every time it may not happen. Like legally, she could fight, but in many cases, that's not possible. So we have to drop the baggage, do something to drop the baggage. Right? Okay, thank you.
No, that was wonderful. Accept, give meaning, and D is drop.
And drop the baggage.
Thank you so much. And so, but Baisab, you have mentioned that there are different types of situations, and we have seen it time and again, a whole spectrum of situations or circumstances or adversities, whatever we want to call them, with the most meaningless, small, tiny things, like somebody didn't smile at me, somebody didn't respect me, so on and so forth, to the most gruesome experiences, of like you said, of rape and murder and so on and so forth, great deal of violence, even genocides, have happened. But, on one hand, we see that for some people, it is easy to forgive even the most gruesome situations. And for others, it is difficult to forgive even those tiniest, minutest, most meaningless things. So what is the difference? Why this discrepancy?
First of all, let me share what you are saying is very true. We did a study in our clinic. Patients who came, we kept the record, and ultimately it became almost 2,000 people. And in that we found that almost 98.6% had small events. Just 1.4 or something had something major, where even we felt that something serious has happened to this person, and it is not only here, it is practical also, something negative has happened. So there you are perfectly right. Now, as you said, the problem is with our personality, or we can say problem is with our approach. If you have a right type of approach, even though something very serious also, you are able to rise above. You are able to transcend that experience. And if your personality is such, those small events also you hold on. And when you hold on, you are only suffering. Suppose if there is a burning coal in your hand, and if you keep on holding, you are suffering. You have to throw. There's another example I give, that suppose there is a snake bite. Now there are two options. One is go and searching the snake. Where is? And I want to kill that snake. That is one option. And no, if you do that, what will happen? That venom will spread throughout your body and you will die. Second, the right approach is how quickly I can stop that poison from spreading. So this is what we should do. There's no second time what you are saying, you are not able to give up. They are maybe searching why he did like this, why it happened to me only, why not to others. It always happens to me. Those sort of wrong thoughts.
Right. So the right approach, the right mindset.
Right. And no, once you have set that approach, understood, and start practicing, then it's not very difficult. Although difficult, I'm not saying that it's easy. But when you understand that this is something I have to work on it, then it doesn't become very difficult. There are no 3 stages. One is people who want to forgive, but they are not willing to forgive. And third is they don't have a power to forgive. So first willingness, and then to acquire power, there can be varieties of ways to let go the whole thing.
That's awesome. Are you still there? It looks like you've gotten frozen. Are you able to hear me? Yes. Yeah. I think, I hope the internet is okay. I hope you can hear me.
It will come. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, all right, wonderful. Yes, a little bit. It was a little choppy for a moment, but now we can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So going back to that situation that I was sharing, the other end of the spectrum where the most gruesome acts have occurred, and there are people who, it's not just things that have happened in the past. There are people who have that ability to forgive in real time as it is happening. And we've known situations or known people like this, like Nelson Mandela, when he was imprisoned for some 20-30 years in the prison. And then even the story of Viktor Frankl, where he was in the Auschwitz concentration camp, the death camp, and the amount of torture that he went through, the difficult times, the suffering that he went through, he was able to forgive in real time. And on the other hand, we find, I don't know, have we lost him? Is he still there? Is he still there?
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Okay. Yeah. It is.
He's back. I think he's back. But he's speaking, but I think he's unmute. He's not muted.
You mean he's not unmuted?
He's not unmuted, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yes. Now.
Yeah. Now we can hear.
Were you able to get my question?
Yeah. I could almost get your question.
Yeah. So
yes.
How in real time they were able to do, whereas some of us are not able to forgive even things that happened 20, 30, 40 years back. So how do we kind of come up to that level of consciousness where we can forgive in real time, not even let time be the healer? We become our own healers, if you will.
Yeah. First of all, it's importance. Once you think, if you believe, if you accept that it's very, very important that I transcend it. I'm not using the word forgiveness. It's a bit difficult. That I have to overcome. I have to break that vicious circle. Otherwise, I'm the only one who is suffering. It's also said that this state is something like that you are drinking the poison with thinking that somebody else will die. Perhaps Nelson Mandela only said this. Hatred or revenge is a state you drink the poison with a belief that somebody else is going to die.
Correct.
Which would never happen. So first we have to realize that I have to work. Once you give importance, it's very important. Dr. Viktor Frankl, you said, there is a wonderful thing. The book which he wrote, Man in Search of Meaning. there he says that no, they wanted to give us pain in so many different ways. And one day they thought that no, they made us naked and brought us in front of mirrors to have that feeling that no, how ugly you look. So when others were done, they were feeling pain, they'll close your eyes, we'll do something. But when it was done to him, he says that I thought there are two choices. One is I feel disturbed, and second choice is I laugh. So when he was brought in front of mirror, he started laughing loudly. So that whole scenario was changed. So likewise, in every event, there is a choice. Life is a choice. So here also we need to choose the right thing so that we are not affected as well as others are also not affected. Right? So that choice is important. And then once you have decided, you will find steps. It's not that difficult. You know, there are varieties of examples where once they had that willingness, they wanted to, and they could, they found out the ways and means. I will give you another, it's again a real story. One of my friend only, somebody cheated him for a huge money. So he was in that process, and in that process, no, he developed heart problem. Even doctor said that now no bypass is necessary, but he wanted to avoid bypass. So he went on a different, like drugless therapies, various seminars. In one of the seminars, that speaker very powerfully explained that even you can develop heart problem in the state of not forgiving. So for him, it was an eye-opener. My God, probably this is my cause. And then even that speaker had explained to give unconditional forgiveness. Then he worked on it for a while. When he really worked on it, and when he came out of it, he forgave them totally. Even his blocks were totally, it was reversal.
Mm-hmm.
No, he again did his angiography and found that there are no blocks. And believe me, now, no, he gave all this business to his son. And now he's giving this sort of lecture. Various types of like drugless therapies. So it's a real example. He lives here only in Mumbai.
Wow, thank you for sharing that,
thank
Dr.
you.
Girish. Yeah, and similar stories you probably know Oprah Winfrey, right? She went through a lot of and she went through rape and at several points in her life, and then that she used that as an opportunity to grow. And I was thinking myself, if you would want to talk about this thing from a spiritual perspective, how we can take these adversities and convert them into opportunities for ourselves to take us to a higher plane of consciousness.
Perfect. Let me know in such a way so that everybody will be able to accept.
Yeah.
We should, there are no different states, like I am somebody, like I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm like this. From that state of I am somebody, we should go to a state of I am nobody. Second is that we think of that, no, he's my uncle, he's my son, no, he's my boss. From that state of somebody to nobody. Then we live in a past or in future. From somewhere we should come to nowhere. Then even we think that sometime to no time. If we can develop this slowly also, only the pure awareness remains. And that is possible for everybody. Because another very important aspect is to live in a present moment. We are not living in present moment. With this, you would also start living in a present moment with pure awareness. Even everybody, even in psychological circles now, Deepak Chopra or Venn Dyer, I said, many others, everybody started sharing this, that I am not a human being with occasional spiritual experiences. Actually, I am a spiritual being with occasional human experiences.
Beautiful.
Even I do practice every day that I am just a pure awareness. You know, an atom is a field of energy. Now we know in an atom also there are so many subatomic particles. So they are filled of energy. Neutrinos, if you have heard, right now also billions of neutrinos are passing and doesn't need anything.
Right.
So the same way, we are filled of energy,
Right.
which is so pure, which is conscient, and it has so much memory. Now, if you see, the SIM card are becoming smaller and smaller and smaller.
True.
Perhaps our being is like a SIM card. When you, suppose if you remove SIM card from your mobile and someone calls you, what will the message? Not available. So this awareness, whatever name you give, a being, because of that only we are here. If it leaves, you not available. So that one part. Second, what I personally feel is even the higher energy. I'm not talking about religion at all. You may be non-religious, still you can become spiritual. Because spirituality is also science. As you can study atoms scientifically, similarly you can study our consciousness also scientifically. And then I see maybe whatever name you give, higher being, God, is a energy again, a higher energy. Where from that higher energy we can receive powers. As I said, you are not willing, and second stage was you don't have a power to forgive. To get that power, not only forgiveness, for peaceful living, to live in a present moment, the effective living, better relationship and all, that inner power which we need can come from that higher consciousness, from the Supreme, whatever name we give. So when we take from this perspective, it should be practiced by everybody, irrespective of their scientific background or religious beliefs. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. And there is one question in the chat box which I think has been answered by you just now. And because earlier you had said that on one hand we need the willingness to forgive, and then we need the power, the courage to forgive. And that's the question: how do we gather the courage and willingness to forgive? How to convince your consciousness that it's okay to let go, and this connection with that higher consciousness can give us the courage and willingness to forgive, right? Or would you like to say something more on that?
The benefits, another thing is benefits of let going, benefits of rising above. From various examples we have shared, or there are so many.
Right.
Even though there are rape victims who started a campaign, they started helping others. One of my patients, she has helped almost another 10 people. Wow. It is her life's mission now. Wherever if she finds out of her own, she will do it free, nothing. She's not a therapist. But she will share her experience. And now, because she has underwent, at times, though, it is practically also said that therapists who have suffered, they are better therapists. Because they know, they can have a better empathy. Somebody who has not suffered, cannot have an empathy with patients. So empathetically, she is able to listen to them, share with them. She will spend hours together and bring them out of the whole thing. So I think that weakness became a strength.
Right.
It is also said that whenever something happens, you may fall, or every time you fall, you can even rise.
Right.
In such stressful events, many break. But
Right.
there are some examples where they break the record.
Yes.
So if you take from a right way, even you can break the records.
Right. And they say in
Right.
the
Thank you.
West, yeah, they say in the West that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
True, true.
Yes.
No, if you take
Thank
it
you.
in the right perspective, you become more stronger. Correct.
Yeah. So, Baisa, we'll step into another little different area of self-forgiveness, because
Mhm.
many times people find that they say it is maybe easy to forgive others, but it is
Mhm.
not that easy to forgive myself. And so they end up with this
True,
shame
true, true.
and guilt kind of, conundrum. They're not able to come out of it. It's like a web. So would you
Very,
be
very true.
able to say something about that?
Yeah, no, excellent question. Many times to forgive others is easy. To forgive yourself is very difficult. And why it is difficult? Because they don't have self-esteem.
Mm,
If they have a self-esteem, they can forgive easily. They don't accept themselves even as they are. So the very
mm,
first step is accept yourself as you are.
mm,
When you see your face in the mirror, just think of your subconscious thoughts. Now, if you think that you're not good, you're ugly, you're a failure, not nice, then it's all negative. When you see your face in the mirror, look in your eyes and say, good, you are excellent, you are
mm,
wonderful. Even say, I love you.
mhm,
And with that self-esteem, it will become very easy that you will work on yourself.
mm,
And why it happens? No, you are absolutely right. Recently, again, I'm talking about my cases. An old man who had OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Like when I heard the whole thing, within couple of sessions, we found that he was living in a tremendous guilt. That I am a greatest sinner. His words were, even God will not forgive me.
mm,
And what he did was the very small petty things, which is, even though explaining was not, even I gave him example that look what you did, almost 99.5% of boys of that age, in adolescent age, they are doing it. So it's no natural, normal, but still no, after 3-4 sessions, he was not ready to accept. So that way, even this realization that what I have done is not really a very serious crime.
mm.
Those things may be small. Even if you have done a serious crime, there are ways by which you can really know the whole process of repenting and coming out of that guilt. Right? Thank you.
Right. So, Baisa, at the end, I wanted to ask you that there are still a lot of people who are quite adamant that, no, I don't want to forgive. I'm not ready to forgive. This is not the right time. And so, if for such a person, what do we do? What do we advise this person? How do we help that person? Are there any other choices other than forgiveness?
Yeah. So from the beginning, as I said, forgiveness may not be the right word. The right thing is to break that vicious circle, which, if they want to improve, if they want to live a peaceful and healthy life, everyone should break that vicious circle. And in breaking those vicious circle, various things which I said earlier also might help. Plus, that it is harming myself only.
Mm,
I need to do, I want to move forward. I want to be successful. I want to achieve something. Even though this is possible, as I was talking about rape victims, there can be something else that you create a whole campaign.
mm,
Suppose if somebody is cheated, then person can create a whole campaign that how you can prevent such cheatings. And if you can motivate, say, 1 million people to do something in order to not getting caught or no, to prevent cheating, then mission of his life is fulfilled.
Yeah.
So no, take such approach
Right.
rather than no, getting stuck over there. And
Right.
ultimately, no, it's a practice. One should keep trying, and when you achieve success, the lightness which you experience, the freedom which you experience is tremendous. So that's why everybody should do it.
Thank
Although
you.
it's a little longer process, but worth achieving. So no, becoming a doctor is really a long process. But when we have done, no, now we are experiencing those benefits. So similarly, that aspect is a bit psychological.
Right. Like they say that a
Okay, thank
journey,
you.
yeah, like they say that a journey of 1,000 steps starts with one step, right? Yeah, and that's the
And
first
with the
step we
goal
have.
that I want to achieve my destination.
Right.
Our goal should be that I want to reach my destination. Right.
So thank you, Baisab. I think we have 8 more minutes before we,
Okay.
yeah, 7 to 8 more minutes. And I was wondering, you were saying earlier that there was a practice that you take people through, and we would love to see what that practice is.
True. 8 minutes we have, no?
Yes.
We will do it quickly, maybe, although it takes around 15 minutes, but
Ji.
we can do quickly
Ji.
and everybody will get the message. Actually, it's a type of a visualization. We call it, quickly, I will, rather than explaining. Yeah, please sit comfortably. Possibly move the feet on floor. It's also a state of relaxation. If you wish, you can close your eyes and let go your whole body. Just let go your whole body. As you let go your whole body, you are becoming light. Now think and visualize that there is a hot air balloon which is safely going higher and higher. And it is taking you to a different destination. You are really enjoying this journey. You are indeed enjoying the whole journey. In this process, ultimately, you have arrived at the base of a mountain. Wonderful mountain. You are coming out of this balloon and enjoying the surrounding. Feeling so good. You are enjoying that surrounding. As you are walking, a wise man comes across you. As you see that person in his eyes, you feel that he can solve all my problems. Hence, you are sharing your hurts, your experiences with him. He tells you that please come along with me. You are just walking behind him very slowly. You are quite relaxed. You are walking after him. He's entering in a cave. You are also entering in that cave. As you go deeper, you are feeling more and more relaxed. As you go deeper, you are going deeper and deeper in your consciousness. You are going very deep. And inside there is a hall. And in that hall, on a stage, there is a wonderful decorated chair. The spiritual wise person is telling you to sit on this chair. As you sit on this chair, you feel more and more relaxed. And as you open your eyes on the right side, you see people whom you have hurt, whom you have given pain. So he says that please go and ask for forgiveness. You are going to everybody and saying that please forgive me. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Everybody is forgiving you. And as they forgive you, you are feeling so light. You're feeling so relaxed. Once again, you're coming and sitting on the chair, much more lighter, more relaxed. On the left side, you see there are people who have hurt you, who have broken your trust, who have ill-treated you. This spiritual person tells you to forgive them. You are not ready. So he says that please forgive them for your good. If you want to come out of that negative effect, then the best way is to give them unconditional forgiveness. It's for your progress. So as you realize, you are giving them unconditional forgiveness. Think 2 times that I am forgiving this individual completely, unconditionally. And as you forgive, you feel very light. You really feel that field of consciousness within is so pure. You are feeling peaceful. Now in front of you, there is a brilliant light. From that light, like a laser beam, the rays are coming and entering in your body. Your whole body is filled with that positive energy. Your whole body is filled with positive vibrations. You are feeling energetic, very happy. With this total relaxation, now slowly you are coming out of the cave, thanking this wise person to meet him again. You are sitting in your hot air balloon and coming back. Quickly, this hot air balloon is bringing you back to your place. Open your eyes. You're feeling so relaxed. You're feeling so energetic, so positive. Oh, Shanti, Shanti. Yes, so this was the small process. Maybe I did it a little more quickly.
But that was lovely.
Thank you, brother.
That was awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we all, from our hearts, thank you for all the insights that you have shared with us. I wish we could keep going. Your voice is so soothing. It is such a joy to listen to you. I think most of the viewers, most of the audience today have already seen so many of your videos on YouTube. But to be able to listen to you live like this is a totally different experience. So thank you. So now I hand it over back to Dr. Kanishta, who will then introduce Sister Hansa, who is the thought and power behind the series Mastering Our Feelings and Emotions. So over to you, Kanishta.
Thank you, Dr. Girish Paisa, for sharing with us so many profound insights and making this deep topic of forgiveness very easy to understand for us. and especially by giving so many examples. You made forgiveness very clear and doable. And also, I would like to thank Dr. Shwetang for asking such thought-provoking and a variety of questions from Bhai Sab, and for making this discussion so rich and interesting. And
Yeah, thanks.
yeah, now I would like to invite Sister Hansa. Yes, she is the main person who really inspired us to be in this conversation with so many profound speakers, insightful speakers. And today she is, I'm going to introduce to you before I hand over it to Sister Hansa. She is a coordinator of Brahma Kumaris in Sacramento. Spirituality has always attracted her right from her childhood days. For the past 4 decades, she has been sharing her profound wisdom mainly through storytelling, and she makes the ancient teachings of the East very simple to understand. Through spirituality, she has been able to nurture, heal, and shorten the pathways between Eastern and Western cultures. She is involved in community service in Greater Sacramento, including a variety of projects with Indian Association of Sacramento. She has been an active participant in the Interfaith Council of Sacramento. In my experience, Sister Hansa, she is very light-hearted, loving, very cooperative, understanding, very respectful, and also very, very creative. I welcome you, Sister Hansa.
Om Shanti. And thank you so much, Dr. Kanishta Ben, Dr. Shwetang Bhai, and our honorable guest, Dr. Girish Patel. And as Girish Patel has shared very deep wisdom and his long-term practice of meeting so many clients and helping them to feel liberation, helping them like a bird comes out of the cage, with his personal practice of meditation and personal practice of how the consciousness and our psychological system works. Very good question was asked that so many times people are not ready to forgive, or they are not sure that they should forgive or not, or they feel if we will forgive, what will happen, so and so forth. And may they have so many reasons, valid reasons maybe, and we can go so much detail in anyone's personal life. But while listening, I had this thought that today in this session, we have almost 70 people. And it gives an indication that these 70 people are really ready to work on forgiveness. That's why they have attended this session. They wanted to know something, how they can do forgiveness in their life. So I invite you all to appreciate your this ability, this courage, since it is a journey of adventure. Because what we understand in Raj Yoga meditation, that entire world cycle is right now in the end. And entire humanity, in history of humanity, this is the time that we all are experiencing that we need more power than ever. So if I am able to do one thing, let me do it. So I will invite you all that you make a choice the way you have made choice today. That from today, within a 1 month, I will consciously pray to Almighty God. The way Almighty God is forgiving me for my so many mistakes, so many kinds of shortcomings, I will forgive 5 people, considering they are God's children. And we all are actors on this world drama stage. So if 70 people, we will forgive 5 people, each one will forgive 5 people. It means we are lighting the lamp of forgiveness and lightness and easiness and smoothness in 350 people's life. And after a 1 month, maybe you and the 5 people you have forgiven, you all can continue this journey, and each one can forgive 5 more people. And by end of December, can we see how many lamps we will be able to light? And what will happen? Then there will be some radiant energy of forgiveness. Some years back, I was conducting class on healing and forgiveness in Spiritual Life Center in Sacramento. And I was reading something, and I came across this little story about Dr. Hugh Lane in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I'm sharing this with you all, so you can also look at the Google that how beautifully it is decided, it is described that in a one prison cell, nobody was ready to be counselor since no inmates were cooperating. And so this one counselor said, okay, I will come. Management was very happy. And they asked, what are you going to do? What is your plan? He said, I'm not, because no inmates are cooperating. They are not going to talk to you. They are not going to meet you. He says, okay, I don't need to meet. I don't need to talk. What are you going to do? I will just sit in my office. I will take everyone's file, each one file in my hand. And I will just say, please forgive me. May God bless us. We all love you. And I will do this repetitive chanting with pure heart and God's blessings for as long as it takes time. And that will be my job. And the real story says it did work. It did work. So if we all, 70 people, will make a choice today, and I'm sure so many people are watching on YouTube and on Facebook, and this will be recorded session. So many people will be watching later on also. Whoever will be watching this is my request. And one little practical aspect you do is, maybe you can get 2 jars of 2 colors, and every day you can write one jar is a jar of forgiveness and one jar is jar of love. So whenever you are ready to forgive somebody, you say, today I forgive this person, and put that in the jar. And say, today I am ready to love this person that normally I was not, put in that jar. And make sure you are increasing your chit in the jar. I forgive, I love. I forgive, I love. I forgive, I love. Like in the beginning, our beautiful sister sang the song of love. And we had a session of the love also. So end of this series, every day you can create something that you feel your love is increasing, your forgiveness is increasing, your gratitude is increasing, your appreciation is increasing. Maybe you can put 5 jars, 3 jars, 2 jars, and just said, today I appreciated this thing that normally I don't appreciate. Today I'm grateful for these things that normally I'm not grateful of. Every day increase this, and you see how it comes out. All the natural healing will take place. So since brother Dr. Girish Patel has taken us in the journey of meditation, I wanted to have this my final remarks. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Sister Hansa. That was a beautiful sharing. And I'm sure by the end of December, there'll be 1 million lights that will be shining brightly. Yeah. And your dream will come into reality. And these tiny steps that you have inspired us to take will lead to giant strides in the future of transformation of the entire humanity. Thank you. So now we are ending the session. Just wanted to let you all know that this is also the end of the series, but we will come back. We will have more sessions in the future. We're taking a little bit of break, and then we will come up with maybe a different theme or something of that sort. I wanted to quickly share that slide. Sister Swati, Brother Girish, if you all can share, the IT team can share the PowerPoint. Yes. And as you know, we had announced in the previous sessions that if you could put it to the slideshow view, this, yeah, that the course, the Raj Yoga meditation course, to be able to learn more about the spiritual aspect of all that we have talked about, has already been started. The first week is almost over, but these are the dates. For those of you who are still interested and would like to get the course, you can contact Sister Hansa at this email, rsvpbksac@gmail.com. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it or a picture of this, and or you could text her or WhatsApp her, please, at this number 916-717-7281. All right. Thank you very much. And once again, we can spotlight it on Brother Girish, Dr. Girish Saisa. And we would love to say thank you from our heart to him. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow it's not
it was great.
Spotlighting on you.
No, it was really wonderful for me as well. If there is any questions personally, also they can communicate to me. If you can share my number.
If they have any personal question, how do they can, Shwetang Bhai, you can mention something?
They can
somebody
email
wants
me,
to
they can
contact.
WhatsApp me.
They can email. Okay. So
or WhatsApp is better. Still, they can WhatsApp me.
So so which number?
Phone even it's okay. Like no Indian time only they know.
So I just wanted to confirm which the number that we have been communicating with you is a number that I put in this.
Yeah, that is perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. 9462
9462
88 4848 62
484862
4848. No, 4848. That's 9462 88 4848.
9462 88. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
48 twice 48. Yes, perfect. Perfect. This is the number.
Kanishta has put it. Yes. And there will be 91. The country code is 91 for those of
91. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
And if somebody will contact us, we will be able to help also and send them the details, right? So
Correct.
can you all have a, yes. Can you all give a goodbye hands, very special clapping hand to Dr. Girish?
Thank you.
And all the participants. Can you open your video and we can say clapping hands to Dr. Shwetang and Dr. Kanishta, because they all helped so much for this 4th session. We are working since almost beginning of July, and it really very good, coordination. We are really, I really very thankful to them also, because otherwise this wasn't going to be possible. And we are very thankful to
Yeah, we thank
Girish
you, sir.
Karani and Swati Karani and Avni. Avni Ben, right? Okay.
Yes,
So we all
yes.
can wave
Thank
our
you.
hands. Thank you, everybody. We all can say thank you to ourselves. So gratefulness, love, compassion, and forgiveness. These
Yes.
4 good keys we have
Yes,
received,
yes.
and we all can use
True,
it
true.
to unlock all our inner system. And I'm sure it's going to work out so well. And we will be in touch with you. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Okay.
Om
So
Thank
let's
you.
have moment
Thank
of
you.
silence. Let's have moment of silence. Just be in peaceful feelings. And may God bless us all with gratefulness, love, compassion, and forgiveness. I am being blessed by Almighty God. Gratefulness, love, compassion, and forgiveness. From today, my special journey, I'm embarking on it. I will be grateful for everything. I will be loving to myself and everyone. I will have compassion for myself and everyone. And I will forgive myself and everyone. Just take deep breath and feel this divine energy flowing upon all of us. And you make sure we follow this beautiful visualization meditation by Dr. Girish Patel. Every day, one step at a time. And every step will take us on the very higher level. Very smoothly, very easily. Om Shanti.